for Halloween, I dress up as Marilyn Monroe. It started as a joke. It started as a way for me to own my long blonde hair and slim shoulders. It started as a way to get them to stop teasing me. When I was 13, I started growing my hair out. It soon became long and curly, and my mother said it was like angel hair. Or sometimes, she'd add with a laugh, a Mr. Noodles packet. My father always said it looked like hippie hair. He said it was too long for a boy, but he never tried to get me to cut it. When I was 14, I transferred schools. My mother got a job in another city, and we left our small farm and moved to the middle of a gray wasteland. It was early in the fall when we moved, just after the first few weeks of school, when the light glows golden red, like an eternal dusk. I wasn't sure what to expect from a school in the city. At my old school, they didn't mind how I dressed or how I talked. They didn't seem to notice that my clothes were second-hand or that my nails were painted. But here, they hated everything. They stared at something as innocent as long hair and decided they could use it against me. Every day, when the teacher called my name on the attendance, she'd say,
"Martin?"
in a chorus of one-dimensional jock stereotypes, wearing baseball hats, hoodies, and AirPods, would sing in a shrill voice,
"Marilyn."
The weirdest part is that I didn't even mind so much. I always looked down, the embarrassment heating my face. But I almost liked it. Not the tone, not the mocking, but the name. Marilyn. That first Halloween at my new school, I was planning to go as a sheet ghost. I'd always loved cliché costumes like that. My mother, a Philistine when it came to modern art, but a sophisticated Halloween costume creator, suggested I be Jackson Pollock's ghost and drip paint on the sheet like he did.
Listen, if that talentless artist can do it, then so can you.
She told me, laughing. I took her advice, and we spent a whole afternoon on that ghost. The day before Halloween, as I walked out of school, a girl spitefully passed me and jabbed my head with her hand.
Sup, Marilyn?
I stood there embarrassed by the amount of people who turned away or giggled. But then I started to smile. Fine, I thought. I'll be Marilyn. I'll never forget how it felt to wear that dress for the first time. To style my hair, or color my lips and mascara my eyelashes. I'll never forget how it felt to stuff my bra and slip into those heels. Up until that point, I hadn't understood why I felt so out of place. I hadn't understood why I didn't fit into my skin. I had never understood that this was the feeling I had been chasing all my life. And now that I had finally felt it, I knew that I couldn't go back. I could never go back. After a few years of playing Marilyn exclusively on Halloween, I got tired of it. I got tired of the anticipation and the sense of freedom that lasted for only a day. The worst part was when I came home at the end of the night. I'd start to take off my makeup and my shoes and the clips in my hair, and all I could think was it felt like I was taking off my own skin. In time, I started to understand why that was. I started to understand why I was chasing that feeling and why I liked it when they called me Marilyn, even if it was a joke. In my senior year, I officially changed my name on the attendance. That first day, a Monday in October, I didn't go to school. My friend Kat knew that I was a girl, but no one else at the school did. She told me later that when the teacher called my new name, my real name,
"Marilyn?"
everyone laughed. When I came to school the next day, dressed finally how I wanted, they laughed harder. And so, it continued. Some were kind and understanding, while others called me a fag and pushed me into walls when no one was looking. Some of the teachers were supportive of me, but some still refused to call me Marilyn or look me in the eyes. One particularly nervous teacher pulled me aside to tell me how brave I was and how I was her first transgender student. She told me she was very nervous about it and didn't want to screw anything up. I stood there for almost 30 minutes trying to console her, awkwardly nodding and glancing at the door, wanting to leave. Now, almost 5 years later, I still dress as Marilyn Monroe every Halloween. I love turning into her. I love the glamour and the attitude, the elegance and the confidence. But what I love most is the annual celebration of the moment I was allowed to stop pretending.
This has been a Sheridan Life radio production created by Poppi Pellegrino. It was voiced by Adrienne Wagenaar, with background voices by Carla Aiken, Carlo Laiton, Natina Smith, Rowan Mikolic-O'Rourke, Alex Laframboise, Laura Johnston, Margaret Brennan, Ciardullo, Anya Rodine, and Megan Bradshaw. Music for this production was provided by YouTube Studio. Sound effects were provided by freesound.org.